Hey everybody, how's it going? Thought we'd do something a little different. This is a recipe for poor folk. My kids, when they lived here, used to like it, and one of them has home on leave from Korea, getting ready to head back to his new duty station and all of that good stuff. But he has requested this, and what this is barbecue beefcake. Right now, you can use hamburger meat, you can use whatever ground up meat you want to use. Really, no seasoning needed. This is kind of a 50-50 deer and beef, so I am going to have to drain the grease after I brown the meat. After we brown the meat, then we'll wind up putting in barbecue sauce. I'm going to go ahead and try this whole editing thing again and get there and get it done. But this is the first step. Brown the meat. Sorry, excuse me. I'm trying to pay attention to three things at once right now. But brown the meat, drain the grease, or all of this other stuff, because this is meat that was in my freezer for a while. Just got a little water in it. But we'll drain all that off. Then we'll add some barbecue sauce. Personally, add whatever your favorite is. Mine is Sweet Baby Ray's honey, and I'll add a little bit of brown sugar to kind of go with the sweet honey taste on it. And then we'll see where we're at from there here in a minute. All right, so we drained all the grease and the water and all that shit out of, or stuff out of our meat. So 100% honest with you, Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce, put it in there quite liberally, or a lot if you're a dumb redneck like me. Sorry, my job makes me learn new words, so I try to use them in life and all of that good fun stuff. But anyway, but we want to get a pretty good consistent coating over all of this meat. And then once we get that done, we'll add a little bit of brown sugar and go from there and do a taste test and make sure it's what we want. So right now I've turned it down to just low or simmer on the stove, so we can kind of get some of this kind of cooked into the meat, I guess, or just soaked into the meat for a little more flavoring. And then we will move on to the next step. Okay, so we have added our brown sugar. 100% honest with you, you're going to put as much as this in as you want. If you're looking for specific measurements, yeah, wrong channel. This is just some dumb redneck hillbilly making this stuff. But anyway, so we're going to mix the brown sugar in. We'll let it cook in, and now we are going to take our baking pan and going to prep it with the biscuits. And I will, as soon as I get that done, we will start this video there. Okay, so basically what we're doing now is we've got our barbecue sauce, we've got our brown sugar in there. Just goofing around, I went ahead and looked back in case, for those of you who do need an actual measurement. That's about a half a cup of brown sugar, not a lot. Brown sugar goes a long way, in case you don't know when you're doing cooking and stuff. Excuse me. And then now what we're doing, while the barbecue sauce and the brown sugar is just kind of simmering and all that stuff in the meat, what we're going over here is we're going to our cake pan, or whatever type of pan this is. I'm sorry, I'm not a professional cook. But what we're doing is we're taking the biscuits, we're flattening them out, stretching them out, and what we're doing is we're creating a whole deal to kind of be like a cake type deal, or the outside of a cake or a biscuit. These are just biscuits. There we go. That's the ones I'm using this time. Best choice. Generally I like to use Grands or Pillsbury, but the wife caught me trying to pick that up and threw a fit and said I need to buy cheaper stuff. It all works the same. It's all good. Right now the oven is preheating to 350, and we'll catch up here in a second. So right now you can kind of see we got most of the pan, pretty decent cover on the outside, trying to get all the air out of it so it's all flat. The bottom's kind of thin, so what I'm going to wind up doing as soon as I get all this up is I want to flatten out one more biscuit. We only use one package of biscuits, by the way. I think this is a 6x10 pan. I'm going to flatten out one more biscuit, and I'm going to mash it all down here so we get a a little bit of a base going on. So there's that part. There's the meat. There is the pan completed. Oven has heated up to 350. Sorry, it's somewhat burned out. Basically all we're going to do right now is we're going to take this meat and we're going to dump it in here. Let me try and do this one-handed. See how it goes. I'm sorry, get the phone in the right position. Yeah, that went a little better than expected. Ooh. All right, now I can talk now that I'm not shaking. That went a little better than expected. And basically what I want to do, I'm just going to smear the meat out so it even across the pan. And then I'm getting ready to throw this. So we're at 350. I'm going to throw this in the oven for about 20 minutes. And what that's going to do is cook our biscuits up, or our biscuit crust up, and then we'll come back for the final topping. All right, let's check it out. It's been roughly 10 minutes. All right, that's starting to get hard, so 20 minutes is too long. So we're going to pull this out at 10, and we're going to set it right here for now. All right, now, call it barbecue beefcake for a reason. Man, you can use whatever cheese you want to use. Usually I use Mexican cheese, but this time I'm using Colby Jack and Monterey Jack and all that good stuff. And all I'm going to do is take it. But I'm trying not to make a mess here, sorry. And I am just going to basically just spread it all over this meat inside the biscuits. So hopefully it doesn't get stuck to my damn pan and all of that good stuff. And then once we put it back in, we'll just check it every couple of minutes because it's already hot enough. I'm pretty sure the cheese is already warming up to start melting. And yes, you're gonna put a pretty thick layer on here. Is this a healthy meal for you and your family? Probably not, but if you have individuals that like barbecue and all of that good stuff, yeah. And it's cheap, it's easy to make. I mean, it is kind of on the time consuming side, especially when you got to do the biscuits and all of that good stuff. But man, when you got a bunch of kids roaming around the house, this is something to hit the bill. So now that we got the cheese all over it, I'm going to throw it back in the oven for a little bit, and then we'll do a finish up. All right, here we go, boys and girls. We are done cooking for the night. Barbecue beefcake. I'm pulling it out. So basically, you just put it in the oven just long enough to melt all that cheese down to be like an icing on a cake. And there you go. That's why we call it barbecue beefcake. Man, don't knock it till you try it. If you like barbecue, I mean, is it like high dollar barbecue? No. But it's not bad. It's edible. It's cheap. And this right here will feed 6 people roughly. So there you go. Y'all have a good one. I hope you enjoyed this. Just thought we'd take a break from doing the whole gun survival and all that good stuff, especially the gun stuff. Getting tired of doing the gun stuff all the time. So have a good one. Later.